Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Department in Spotlight. I'm Captain Lloyd Mack, and with me is...
Command Master Chief Daniel Irwin.
And today I'd like to welcome our special guest, our Fire Chief, Mr. Brett Johnson. Brett, welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Skipper. CMC.
Yes, sir.
So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I appreciate the invite, and the fire department really glad to be here and hopefully get a good message out.
Yeah, we're coming up on the holidays, so I'm sure there's some things we should talk about regarding fire safety. So I'll turn it over to you.
Yes, sir. We sure do. And you know, fire safety during this time of year, it is something that is near and dear, and we definitely want to keep our record going well. Mm-hmm. And you know, one thing that happens is holiday cooking. You know, Thanksgiving is the peak time for home cooking, and to have those kind of fires. Followed that with the day of before Thanksgiving and also on Christmas. Those are the days that we do have quite a bit of cooking fires. Cooking equipment is something that 19% of those fires was involved with the decorations. So please keep in mind of your decorations that you have in your home and keep them out away from the stove.
Yeah.
And during this time, it's unfortunately people like with their family, and they have people that come from afar, and you want to enjoy it, and they get distracted. So please be sure that everyone that is there, that you do have someone that's mindful of that kitchen and what they might have on the stove.
I know every time I cook, I have to fan the fire alarm. So.
And you know, after that, along with the cooking, as festive as it is, candles. Candles are the next thing that we have an issue in the fire safety world. Candles, they start more than 36% of the fires during the holiday season, and it's rather unfortunate. For the month of December, more than 55% of the fires are started by candles. Now, here are instruction. It does allow for candles in housing. Now, unfortunately, you find folks in the barracks, you will not be able to have candles in your residences.
Right.
And then for the top 3 days, when we have candle fires, it's going to be Christmas, New Year's, and New Year's Eve. So please, let's be mindful during those times. Hey, Skipper, I got a quick question for you.
Yep.
So, from your office or your home DSN line, what number would you dial for an emergency if you had to report one?
Well, everyone should know 911.
Yes, sir. Outstanding. I appreciate
911.
that. Good.
Yes, sir.
Next thing, if we get the opportunity, I'd like to talk about residential fire alarms.
Okay.
We have different alarms in all the facilities, and not all of them sound the same, or do they produce the same messages.
Yeah.
People just need to be aware that if it sounds like an alarm, treat it like an alarm, and let's exercise those plans that those escape plans that each family has created.
Right.
Also, if you're in a tower, what we would like is that if you could exercise those emergency exit stairways. We did notice not long when we did our tower drills, there was an occupant that tried to use it, and it stuck. It was tough to get it open. And now, if you're not sure where the stairwell is, it's off of the master bedroom in the tower apartments. So please be familiar with this space and be comfortable, because it is a safe space.
Yeah, we definitely need to make sure we exercise all the precautions and things that we have to our disposal, because if you don't, we'll never know if they're operating properly. So.
Yeah. And if you happen to have one that does stick, 115 and PW would be more than glad to come out there and give you a hand and get that cleared up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I've already asked you a question. I'm going to hit Master Chief over here.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what is a telephone number, okay, that you need to call from your cell phone to reach an on-base emergency?
So if I had an on-base emergency and I was calling using my cell phone, I'll dial 0467-630911.
Outstanding. Yeah, that's a really important number, and if I get the opportunity, I'll definitely want to talk about that again a little bit later. But I've got some great information. So in June and July, we did a survey that went out through the installation, and part of this survey, we gave our residents the opportunity to provide their own feedback. And one of them came up with the idea that, hey, what about having more events to where we can have better interaction with our fire services and hear a fire safety message. So something that my team came up with, along with the idea, we sort of took it stretched a little bit further, but we're going to, so we're going to start with the towers, and once a month, we're going to have a meeting in the party space. The first one we have coming up will be the 27th of November at Tower 3042 at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And we're going to go even further with it. We want the parents to come out, and if you've got little ones that aren't in school, bring them. We'll have Sparky there.
Okay.
We'll have
nice.
crafts for them. And so the kids will be able to participate and play and do their thing there in the back. At the same time, we'll have 2 to 3 important messages we'd like to get across to our residents. And these themes will be changing month to month.
Okay.
We'll also have an engine company, so afterwards, if they want to go and play around with the company or the fire crew, we can have a good interaction like that.
Well, that's great.
good.
That's my tower. That's wonderful.
Toot, toot.
Yeah, nice.
I appreciate the time. One thing, though, is that we would like to close our message as far as the questions that I had asked earlier. And in the time of need, when someone is at their worst moment, and they need help, I just hope that you take those numbers that were provided by the skipper and the CMC and get them programmed in your cell phone. And you know what? Our team will be out there along with security and medical, and we're ready to provide a service for you.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
well, thank you, Fire Chief. As that number again is 0467-630-911 or on base 911. So please take that into heart, and we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.